Welcome back, dear students. In the previous lectures, we finished the indehiscent fruits, both dry and fleshy fruits. Now, in this lecture, we are going to study the dehiscent fruits. So, these are the dry fruits in which pericarp breaks at maturity to liberate the seeds. So, this is the main character of the dehiscent fruit, where the fruit wall or pericarp that breaks open at maturity to liberate the seeds. Such fruits are the dehiscent fruits. So these dehiscent fruits has been classified on the basis of mode of dehiscence and the position of dehiscing sutures. So dehiscing sutures are the margins of the fruit where the dehiscence or the breaking of the pericarp has been takes place. So there are different types of dehiscent fruits: legume, for example pea, bean, follicle, calotropis, sterculia, mycelia, capsule. So this capsule, it is again divided into the subtypes on the basis of mode of dehiscence. These are loculicidal, cotton, lady's finger; septicidal, rhododendron, castor, abutilon; septifragal, for example datura; circumscissile, portulaca, celosia. So these are the various types of dehiscent fruits. Now one by one we are going to study these different types of dehiscent fruits. So the first one is the legume. It is dry, one-chambered fruit with which dehisces along the two longitudinal sutures. Dehiscence starts from the terminal end and proceeds upward so as to expose the marginally placed seeds. So this is the legume type of fruit. For example, pea, beans, where it is a dry fruit, one chambered fruit, not one seeded, it is one chambered fruit which dehisces along the two longitudinal sutures. So here this is the dorsal suture, this one is the ventral suture on which the placenta has been developed. Okay, now the dehiscence of the legume fruits occurs longitudinally. So this is the vertical line, I say it is a longitudinally. One can say if it is transversely, means it occurs horizontally like this. Okay, transversely, horizontally, longitudinally, vertically. So here dehiscence occurs longitudinally along the two longitudinal. So this is the one and this one is the two longitudinal dorsal sutures. Okay, here is the one and this is the two. So it dehisces along the two longitudinal sutures. Dehiscence starts from the terminal end. This end is the terminal end and proceeds upwards towards the peduncle so as to expose the marginally placed seeds. So these seeds which are placed marginally, the placentation in this plant, it is marginal placentation where the placenta has been developed on the ventral suture. This ventral suture is formed by the fusion of the margins of the ovary or the fruit. So here the placenta which develops on the ventral suture to expose the marginally placed seed, the dehiscence starts from the terminal end and it proceeds upwards so as to expose the marginally placed seeds. These fruits develop from monocarpellary superior ovary with marginal placentation. That I was told you, it is developed from monocarpellary superior ovary with placentation, marginal placentation. They are also known as pods, for example pea, beans. So here we can clearly see that this is the dehiscent suture where it dehisces longitudinally. Here two longitudinal sutures, this is the one, this is another one. So this fruit is a one chambered fruit with which dehisces along the two longitudinal sutures. So that type of fruit is a legume fruit, which is a dry fruit. Next type is the follicle. It is a dry, dehiscent, one-chambered fruit derived from monocarpellary superior. This ovary is a monocarpellary, one-chambered, unilocular, superior ovary. The fruit is dry. It dehiscents along the ventral suture or dorsal suture. That is along only one suture. It dehisces either along the ventral suture or dorsal suture. It dehisces only along only one suture. For example, in Calotropis, the dehiscence is along the ventral suture. Okay. So here we can see the fruit of the Calotropis plant. Here it dehisces along the ventral suture. Okay. So such type of fruit is a follicle fruit where it dehisces along the ventral suture. For example, Calotropis. Another case, when the fruit dehisces along the dorsal suture. For example, in Sterculia, Michaelia, it dehisces along the dorsal suture. Okay. Type is the same, follicle. Here this is the diagram of the follicle type of fruit. For example, Sterculia. So this is the follicle type of fruit. This is the fruit. Okay. It dehisces along the dorsal suture. So this is the dorsal suture. In Calotropis, this one is the ventral suture. So in Calotropis, the dehiscence is along the ventral suture, while in case of Sterculia, it is along the dorsal suture to expose the seeds. So this is the photograph of the Sterculia where it dehisces along the dorsal suture. So this is the dorsal suture. It dehisces along the dorsal suture. Okay. The type of fruit is the follicle, which is dry, dehiscent, one-chambered fruit derived from monocarpellary superior ovary. This is the only one chamber. No partitions has been seen. Here is the only one chamber, monocarpellary unilocular ovary. Then the another one type is the capsule fruit. It is dry, dehiscent fruit developed from polycarpellary. In both cases, while in a follicle type of fruit or in case of legume type of fruit, both fruit are one-chambered unilocular monocarpellary ovary. Here in follicle also it is one-chambered monocarpellary ovary, but in case of capsule, here the ovary is polycarpellary, syncarpous, unichambered or multi-chambered ovary. It dehisces by various ways. So depending on the mode of dehiscence, capsules are classified into various types. So the first one type we are going to study, that is the loculicidal or capsule, but on the basis of mode of dehiscence, these are classified into the different type. Capsule fruit is characterized by the fact where the fruits are dry, dehiscent, developed from polycarpellary, syncarpous, unichambered or multi-chambered ovary. Okay, and it dehisces by various way. So on the basis of the mode of dehiscence, the capsules are divided into different types. The first one type is the loculicidal. So in this type, the capsule dehisces along the longitudinal lines in between the sutures so as to open each chamber of the fruit. Okay, so here this is the sutures that we seen by a lines. The capsule has been opened longitudinally in a vertical direction, longitudinally in between the sutures. So this is the one suture, this is another one suture. It break open along the longitudinal line in between the sutures so as to open each chamber of the fruit. So this is the one chamber, this is second, third, fourth and fifth. So I say it is a multi-chambered ovary. The fruit developed from such multi-chambered ovary possesses multi-chambers. Here 5 chambers we seen. These are the sutures, and the fruit breaks open along the longitudinal line between the sutures. Okay, so each chamber get exposed after dehiscence. In this case, the placenta may remain attached to the middle of the wall. Here is the placenta and separate along them, for example, cotton lady's finger. So this is the diagram of the cotton where loculicidal type of capsule has been seen. It breaks open in along the longitudinal line between the sutures so as to open each chamber of the fruit. This is the photograph of the cotton fruit loculicidal capsule. Here we can clearly see that these are the sutures and the flower break open along the longitudinal line between the sutures, for example cotton. Okay, next type is the septicidal. So these fruits dehisces longitudinally along the septa so that chambers of the fruit get separated without exposing the seeds. Okay, so this is the septa. So it breaks open along longitudinally. The walls on separating sometimes carry the placenta with them, for example abutilon, or otherwise the placenta is left attached to the central axis, for example rhododendron. In castor type of fruit, the fruit splits open into separate lobes and each lobe contains a single unexposed seed. This type of septicidal capsule is known as regma. So it is a septicidal capsule where it breaks open longitudinally along the septa. So it is a septicidal. In case of loculicidal, here it breaks open along the longitudinal line but in between the sutures so as to open each chamber. Chamber means locule. So the name is loculicidal. Here is the name is septicidal because it breaks open longitudinally along the septa. Along the septa or the septum, that is the partition wall, so that chambers of the fruit get separated without exposing the seeds. Okay, so the example here I was taken is the castor. Here we can see clearly. Here the fruits are breaks open longitudinally along the septa, that is the partition wall, so that the seeds are not get exposed without exposing the seeds. So such type of capsule is a septicidal capsule. So in case of abutilon, the placenta has been present on the walls, while in case of rhododendron, the placenta is left attached to the central axis. Okay, in case of castor, here I was taken the photograph of the castor. The fruit splits open into separate lobes and each lobe contains a unexposed seeds. The type of septicidal capsule, it is also known as regma. So this is the septicidal capsule where the fruit dehisces longitudinally along the septa without exposing the seeds. Okay, next one type is the septifragal. Here in this type, dehiscence occurs septicidally or loculicidally so as to leave the seeds exposed on central axis and walls fall off. The seeds are exposed on the central axis and these walls are fall off. Okay, for example datura. So datura having septifragal capsule where this is the septum or the septa and it dehisces septicidally or loculicidally so as to leave the seeds exposed on this central axis. So seeds are present on the central axis and these walls are fall off, for example datura. So here we can see this is the septifragal capsule of the datura. These are the walls. This is the septa or the partition wall and the seeds are remain attached to the central axis while the walls are false off. Here dehiscence occur loculicidally or septicidally. So what happens in loculicidally, dehiscence occurs along the longitudinal lines between the sutures. This is the loculicidal. While in case of septicidal, it dehisces septicidally. Here you can see septicidal. It dehisces longitudinally along the septa. Okay, that is the septicidal. So here dehiscence occurs both ways, septicidally or loculicidally. But the difference is that the seeds exposed on the central axis while the walls fall off. In the loculicidal or septicidal capsule, the walls remain attached to the fruit. There doesn't fall off. But here the walls fall off, that is the septifragile, for example, the Datura. So here we can see the walls are fall off and the seeds are exposed on the central axis. Okay. Next type is the circumscissile. In this type, the capsule dehisces transversely, horizontally, and the upper part of the fruit separate into a lid, leaving a lower part like a cup with the seed. So this type of fruit is also called as Hexix or Hexidium. For example, Portulaca celosia. So this is the diagram of circumscissile capsule found in the Portulaca, where the dehiscence occurs transversely so as to develop to produce the two parts, upper part and the lower part. The upper part of fruit is separate like a lid, leaving the lower part like a cup with seed. So this cup portion, it is the lower part like a cup that contain the seed. So while the upper part, it is separate like a lid. For example, Portulaca. So this is the photograph of Portulaca where the fruits are dehisces, opens horizontally, that is the transversely, to produce the two parts, upper part and lower part. The upper part is like a lid, while the lower part is like a cup with the seeds. For example, Portulaca. So this is the type of circumscissile capsule found in the Portulaca. Okay. Next one type is the aggregate fruits. So these aggregate fruits we can study in the next lecture. Okay. Thank you. Stay home. Be safe.